Not a bad year, a bad day, but not a bad year out here for NiSource. That said, Mr. Flowmaster, what'd you spot out here?
Yeah, so this is an interesting one. I have not traded it in the past. I think they're like a coal. They're, as you said, it's a utility company, but I think their main business is natural gas pipelines and maybe a coal-fired power plant. Some of the old traditional fossil fuel activities, which are under this administration, I guess, in better shape than they were before. What I noticed basically was that the option volume is 20 times normal. Okay, this is really not a very active name. Usually only trades about 482 contracts a day. Today already it's traded 16,000 contracts. And as you said, it's having a chunky sell-off of around 6% on the day. But there are a few big blocks. And what kind of struck me was the timing looks pretty sweet. So the first thing that printed was a buyer of some SEP 40 puts when the stock was at 40 spot 66 in the morning. They swept 1800, they paid like 58 to 60 cents. Stock continued to sell off, so those turned out to be pretty good. I think they got up to about 80 cents, and where the stock is now, we're buck and a quarter below that. But then later, around lunchtime, some of the call buyers came in. So the SEP 40 calls, 2,300 of those were bought for 65 cents. That's when the stock was a buck lower than it was in that early put purchase. So with the stock 39.52, somebody paid 65 cents for 2,300 of the SEP 40 calls. Just based on the fact that the option prices are similar, the block sizes are similar, this feels to me like the same customer is playing it. And then the last trade, there was another call buyer, somebody paying a buck for 3,000 of the OC 40 calls. That was around lunchtime also. Stock was at 39.19. It looks to me like somebody scooped up some puts on the sell-off, but then they really flipped around, and it's definitely overall bullish at this point. Might be worth some sort of a long view, whether it's in the stock or maybe in the form of a risk reversal bullish collar. Vol's up about 5 points, but that put call skews a little bit steeper as well. So but the way this thing is trading today, it makes it look to me like somebody actually thinks that it's got a decent chance to rebound. And given the kind of the politics that are out there, seems to be a decent thesis in terms of a bullish play.